Hey guys, it's Lynna, and you're watching Lynna's Life again. As Lynna, as I, Lynna Lopez, just come to you guys and talk to you guys about my life, about what's happening, what's going on, where I'm heading, where I've come from, where I'm going to. Wait, in that part of where I've come from? I don't know. Anyway, I just got confused about everything. But, um, I earlier I talked about Therodome, so I'm not going to spend any more time talking about that. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about what's been going on with me lately. As you guys know, I publicly let everyone know that I am dating this guy. Yeah. Um, his name is James, and he's really a nice guy. Honestly, he is. The beautiful thing is that he accepts me for me, and I don't have to be anybody else. I mean, he just loves me for who I am. So, regardless of um, what's going on, with me and my transition, he still loves me for the woman that I am, not for anything else. So I met him, I met him, I was on this site, right? I, you know, I had this bad habit, guys. Um, Ever since when I have been on these dating sites, even before my transition started, I was, you know, on like sites like Meet Me and OK Cupid and Scout and all these sites, that I've been on. And, I've just put my picture up there, because I had heard, this is like a rumor that I had heard. Hold on, before this silly thing just keeps on messing around with stuff. Come on, just lock. I'm trying to get the exposure to lock. Okay, so it doesn't go bouncing up and down, getting all bright and dark and everything. Okay, well, here's the deal. I mean, I was like, okay, I was like, um, just checking out this website and everything, and just looking at, stuff and what people were saying and stuff like that, with my pictures and stuff. It started with a website called Hot or Not, and it was a website that if you put your picture up there, you could actually you know, um, what is it, you know, get rated and stuff. They could tell you what they thought of you, what you look like, and everything. And I don't imagine myself to be that hot or whatever. I mean, especially right now, I feel like it. I don't know what I feel like right now. Anyway, um, but I mean, I was like, okay, let me try this side out, because what happened was I was on this, I got this transgender guide or cross-dressing guide or something, and one of the things that they said to do, like one of the tips or whatever, was to find um, a way to get your pictures up on a website so that people could rate them, and then you could see where you were in your transition, and you could actually get rated, and then people could say, oh, you are ugly, you're an ugly man, or wow, you look gorgeous, or whatever. I mean, anything from the gamut. It runs the gamut. So what I did was I had started to, I gotta plug this back in. I don't know why I unplugged it. I'm so busy talking. But, so, oh, didn't, hold on. I'm like, work, wanting to work. This phone actually fell in the water the other day, and I took a whole bag of rice, stuck it in a bowl, and I basically saved this phone because the moisture got sucked into the rice, but now it charges a little funky. So, but it's not as bad as not having the phone. It doesn't seem like it got into like messing it up and discoloring it or anything. But I was like, literally, I was going to the bathroom and it was in my back pocket and my jeans and stuff, and I flipped my jeans down to go potty or whatever, and the jeans, like, I don't know, flipped the phone out and into the toilet before I started to do anything, and it was like I heard this kerplunk, and I was like, oh no, I've been here before. I've messed up and dropped my phone in water and in the tub and stuff like that, but I was just like, oh no, not again. I mean, I have insurance and everything, but I don't know how many times they'll take it back for dropping it in the water. So I tried to save it because I had read that if you put it in a bag of rice or whatever, that you could stick it in there, and I left it there. It was on Saturday, and I left it overnight, and I turned it back on because I needed it on Sunday, and it worked. So thankfully, it's still working. It's still alive. Anyway, back to my story. So I was like, what was it? On this website, then I put my pictures up, and some of these pictures were, I don't know why I even thought that I could even pass. I honestly, you've seen some of the early pictures of me where it's like, you know, and that was what I had, you know. So I was better than back in 2012, but 2013 is when I started doing this whole thing with the pictures. And at first I got like, it was like in March of 2013, I got like, what was it? Like a 3, it's anywhere from 1 to 10, and 10 is hot, right? 10 is like a 10, and 8 is really good, you know, it's really pretty, 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 and 7 is, hey, she's cute, you know, and 6 is like, she's all right, and then 5 is like, ooh, and then 4 is like, disgusting, and then 3 is like, what in the world is that? And then 2 and 1, well, those are off the chart, ugly, you know, and you know, you would rate other people in order to get your pictures, get more pictures to be able to be put up there and stuff. So I'd have to go through people and rate them. It's like you had to like rate like 50 people in order to get another picture up. Well, I eventually was able to get like 10 pictures up because I, you know, out of all the time that I was just trying to just really, you know, go through a bunch of people to be able to get more of my pictures up, I was sitting around like a 3 or 4, which was, you know, I mean, for me, I was like, okay, what do I have to do in order to get better than this? So, but by the time I got off, you know, I mean, when I started hormones and everything, and I think the last time I was on there was like December of this year or something, I was like at a 7.5, which is really, really pretty good for me. And I hit an 8 at one point too. But let's not fool ourselves. I don't know what people were thinking. If they were probably drunk or something, and or doing drugs or whatever, I'm not sure. But what the reality is that as time went by, I was able to adapt myself to what worked, what doesn't work, what looks good, what doesn't look good, and it was a good like way to kind of gauge myself and my transition, or just in how I was doing. Um, but as I got into becoming, you know, myself further and further, I stopped, you know, doing that. But getting back to James, I met James. I was on a job in Rochester, New York, Rochester, Minnesota, back in May, and I met James through Meet Me, the website, and I had pictures up there and stuff. And as I've transitioned further and further, I get hits all the time, and guys constantly saying stuff to me, you know, like I have, guys checking me out and blah 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 and whatever, and then like guys saying, "Hi, how are you? What are you looking for on here? Nice, what's up? Um, oh, um, my name is so and so. Hey, you're beautiful. Nice pictures. All this stuff that they say, and it's just like, I'll like put my picture up there, and I'll just, people will comment, like, all right, it's like, oops, I don't think you can see it. All right, so this is one of my websites that I've been on in the past, and like, okay, like I go to it. Ah, come on. I hate that. Oh, okay, there we go. So, uh-oh. Let me see. I'm trying to get my picture. Okay. So like I'll put that picture up there, and that one. Oops. And that one. Anyway, you get the idea, right? So we try to put our best face forward. Let me adjust my thingamajigger bob again. Okay. So we try to put our best face forward, which is hard for many of us as trans people. We really look at that here. It needs a wash. Look at that. What in the world? Stupid. Anyway, we try to put our best face forward, and a lot of times now I rarely ever get clocked or read or whatever from my pictures. Sometimes people might say something about my voice or something. Like one time some guy said, "Wait a minute, your voice is a little lower. Are you sure you're not?" And then I was like, "Yeah, I am, blah, blah, blah." And they're like, "Oh, you couldn't tell in your pictures and stuff." But, I tell people, "Yeah, well, I'm like 8 months or 7 months in or whatever, you know." And so I met James on this site called Meet Me. And Meet Me can be kind of skanky and stuff. And there's always people trolling around, trying to pick people up and, like trying to have like a quick fling or something like that. And well, I met James, and he was from the very start. He's been very nice to me, and I could scroll back because I still have his message from the very first time I ever met him. But I told him straight up, um, you know, sorry. He goes, I told him, I said, I'm trans and stuff. And I explained to him what was going on with me. And he was like, "Oh, really? You know what? I just see a beautiful woman. It doesn't matter to me. And I accept you." Well, here's the deal, guys. James is not the tallest guy in the world. Um, and people have made fun of him for his height, which is really unfortunate because, to go through life and to be made fun of is not cool. Doesn't matter who you are, no matter what. But okay, tell me this. Why do people feel like it's their responsibility to tell someone that, "Oh, you're short," or, "Oh, you're too tall," or whatever, as if they had anything to do with it, as if they can do anything? I mean, height is one of those things that I'm sorry, you just can't change. So people need to just get over it, okay? This guy that I know, his name is James, that I'm dating, is the sweetest man that you will ever meet. And I don't really care how tall he is. He is absolutely a giant of a man in personality, in love, in support, in understanding, in so many things. I mean, there are Gigi women who wish they could find a man with the character that this guy has. And it has been from day one that this guy has been just absolutely um, in love with me. You know, I mean, absolutely enamored by me, and tells me how many times that you're beautiful, and says all these really nice things, and um, sends me wonderful notes and messages and stuff. I mean, I have, like, my phone is so full of all kinds of, like, um, commentary and stuff from him. You know, I mean, there's not a day that goes by where he doesn't, okay, sends me these pictures, like, okay, like beautiful sunsets. You see that? Beautiful sayings. I mean, load more messages. Because I'm sorry, James, but sometimes you just overdo it. I mean, seriously. And, like, he'll say stuff like, do not fall in love with the face and body. Fall in love with the spirit, heart, and character. I mean, stuff like, couples that are meant to be are the ones who go through everything that's designed to tear them apart and come out even stronger. I mean, there's just so much sweetness in this man, and the flowers and the notes keep coming. I mean, they have come, like, I mean, they have come like crazy, and I've known him for, just a couple of months and stuff, but it has not stopped. I mean, he is the same guy, and when I first got here, he actually helped me unload my van and stuff, my moving truck, and he helped me get, my stuff out of it, and I didn't have to, like, totally, like, slave and get all, like, hot and sweaty over it and stuff. I mean, he, like, got in there and pulled stuff out and put it in the storage unit. And I mean, I finished my job the other day. He came to my job, which was cool, and people were like, who's this guy who's helping you? I go, he's my friend. And they go, oh, okay. And then he was like all hands on deck, helping me unload my stuff, getting the weights off and putting them in the car. And I mean, he's been an angel. He changed my oil the other day. He's been my rock and support, whenever I've had to, dump on somebody. We've gone out to Applebee's. I can't tell you how many times. He's just really super sweet. So just want you guys to know that there is hope for us as trans women, and there are men out there that will love us. The important thing to remember is that we need to not lose hope in realizing that there can be someone to love you for you, not for any other reason, but just for you being you. You don't have to, like, transition completely and become like this beautiful beauty queen or something else. I mean, people see character, people see people are attracted, to a person's personality. Yeah, sure, beauty has something to do with it. Obviously it does, but I'm not where I need to be. I'm not where I want to be. I mean, I'm still transitioning. My boobs are, like, barely there, they're tiny. It's like I get lost, trying to find them sometimes. They're just like A cups and stuff. Now I do have hips, which which I'm grateful for, and legs, which is nice, and a butt. But, I mean, I still got, like, guy face stuff going on, which is really annoying. But, I don't know. I'm just happy, because there's a man in Minnesota that loves me for me. And he said, Lynna, I don't care. I want to be on this journey with you. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. And I just want to be there for you. So just want to encourage everybody, all of you out there, that no matter what, you're beautiful. It doesn't matter what you see in the mirror. It doesn't matter if you have hair, if you don't, if you wear a wig, if you don't, if you're fat, if you're skinny, if you're tall, if you're short. It doesn't matter. You're beautiful. And you need to remember that. And you need to make sure that you don't forget it. Because if you do, then you lose the biggest tool, the biggest weapon that you have to fighting your gender dysphoria, is realizing that you are beautiful. And no matter what people say, it doesn't matter. It's who you are on the inside that counts. And you know what? The outside can match the inside sooner or later. Hormones can help that. Facial feminization surgery can. SRS. All that can help. But who you are is before all of that is who you are. You are you. And love yourself. Because it's worth it. You're worth it. Just my 2 cents, I'm just a trans girl in training. I'm only 8 months in, trans baby. So, I'm trying to do what I can do. I have bills up the wazoo. I have life happening in front of me. I have so many responsibilities that I don't even want to bear out with you guys. You are already familiar with all the struggles that I've been through, and even with the last month and stuff of what I've had to deal with in coming up here, and what I've had to do with in cleaning up the messes that I've had to clean up. But just want you guys to remember, you're beautiful. Don't forget it. No one has to tell you that either. Believe it, because it's true. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. If you guys hung out to listen to this long enough, I know this is a long one, but I hope that I have helped somebody in the process. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.